Hey, friend. So I'm recording this from my bed because I want to clarify a bit about my post on falling off the wagon, my video post. Seems to be a good amount of discussion about that, but it's fitting that I am recording this from my bed because I just spent the last 24 hours writhing in agony in this bed while some stomach flu completely tore apart my insides. I know you've been there, so I really don't have to describe it, but needless to say, I didn't work out yesterday. Now, that's where I want to begin. Is that called falling off the wagon? No. There is a difference between continually falling off the wagon and the wagon being stopped in its tracks, for whatever reason that may be. The wagon could be stopped for terrain. The wagon can be stopped for weather. The wagon can be stopped because there's something in its path. Okay, so those are legitimate. The difference between that and falling off the wagon is that falling off the wagon, when I was referring to that the other day, I wasn't referring to someone who perhaps has been working out for a good, steady, let's even say 21 days. Let's start with 21 days. Someone who's been working out steady for 21 days, and then all of a sudden hits this amazingly huge life obstacle, like a family member being sick, or you being sick, or there being a loss of a job, or there being a move, or things that are huge. Okay, let's agree right now that we can say we can make the difference between something that is huge and I woke up late, or I worked 8 hours today, or my kids are really in the room and I can't work out with my kids in the room, or there's laundry to do, or my bedroom is dirty, whatever. There's a huge difference between these two things. And so that is what I mean by falling off the wagon. I want you to be able to fight through these things. Find a way through these things. Children fighting, that's not an option. Getting a 24-hour flu, completely an option. Having a family member end up in the hospital, completely an option. Okay, so what I want you to do is really look at the reasons you are falling off the wagon. Now, let's put that aside for a minute and let's talk about, because someone mentioned, with an addict, if they continually fall off the wagon, does that negate the work that they have done? Of course not. But I know true addicts, and a true addict will always say that they are an addict. They will always refer to themselves as, hi, my name is, and I am a alcoholic, or I am a this, or I am this. So they are already in a place of admission that I think those of us who do not have an addiction do not have. Somehow we're not able to say, you know what, I was lazy. You know what, I did have a half an hour and I could have done something. I did put that in front of getting my workout done. They have the ability to admit, whereas we have the ability to make excuse. So I think using the addict analogy may not go with what I'm saying here. I am saying for those of us who are just naturally not feeling like they want to exercise, but yet want the benefits of what a healthy lifestyle can give, those of us who have become complacent in the area of health and fitness, we struggle with these little things. We really do. And yes, we get hit with the big things as well. Okay? The wagon may stop. The falling off the wagon is still your choice. And I know, again, that sounds really hard, but we've got to change your mind. My mind didn't change overnight. It took me months to change. Now, what's interesting is I posted this video in my challenge group, in my graduate group, and on my Fit with Joe page. And those in my graduate group, they totally got it. They were like, yes. Those in my Fit with Joe page were thankful for the encouragement. So they've come to a place where they understand, yes, a lot of the decisions that I make to fall off the wagon are mine and mine alone to hold. So I'm just asking you to dig a little deeper and to really think about why you choose to put the exercise and the nutrition on the back burner. If it's because there is a food addiction, girlfriend, that is a whole other thing. If it's because there's an amazingly huge life change that is going on, a difficult life change, that means your wagon has stopped for a minute, and that's okay. If it's because your house is trashed and you just need to clean the house before you work out, that's an off the wagon thing. I will always tell you to do the harder thing first, and the harder thing first is to exercise because it's the last thing that we want to do. Does that make sense? So I hope that that clarifies a little bit as to what I mean by fall off the wagon and were you really there in the first place. My goal for you is in these things, you will cling, you will hold on, you will do whatever you can to stay on that wagon. Because be assured, I have been there. The minute that your just kind of everyday life continues to bump you off, that means you haven't held on tight enough yet. It truly does. Ask anyone who's already made it through 90 days or has now started their second program. Ask any of them. If they were to go back, they would tell you they should have held on just a little bit tighter. But again, let me reiterate, when something else is going on in your life that's very, very difficult, don't see that as falling off the wagon. See that as your wagon being stopped for a brief moment in time. Okay? There's a hurdle in your wagon's way. That's different from you choosing to hop off the back. Okay, how's that? This may be instigating even more discussion, but I just thought that I would try and clarify as I'm sitting here in my bed. Take care, girls. Bye.